Hi, I'm Amy Herman, and thank you for taking your time to join me. You're here because hopefully you're looking for something better, a new start, maybe you need to start making money today, freedom from your current job, or your goal may be to provide for family now and well into the future. At the end of this video, I will show you what I found just over a year ago. It's the key that will, not can, but will unlock your door to a better future. And yes, that future, if you decide, will start today. I hope that my story helps you in taking the first step of drawing a line in the sand, deciding to make today better than yesterday, and tomorrow better than today. I'll talk with you again in a few minutes. In 2005, I lost a job with a major financial services company after 20 years of service. And if you notice, I refer to it now as a job and not my job. It's a whole different mindset than I had a couple of years ago. I went from a six-figure salary, travel, corner office, everything that society would define as success, to a string of jobs and positions. A mortgage broker, sales developer, project management consulting job here and there. Nothing seemed to work out. My business life was a mess. My personal life was a mess. And it got to the point where I didn't even know how I was going to afford to buy insulin for my daughter. I lost my house. And yes, I realized that I still refer to it as my house. I'm still a work in progress on some issues. I had a million fears and questions running through my brain at any given second, and I had no answers. I felt like I was trapped with my back against a wall. Panic, sleepless nights, and not wanting to get out of bed became routine. Then in July 2011, a friend told me about a work-from-home position. She phrased it as turning your computer into your personal ATM. Of course I was skeptical because of all the internet scams I had heard and read about. But I felt like I had nothing to lose. I eventually spoke with a guy named John, and everything changed after I got off the phone with him. Here was this guy with a heavy New York accent who totally opened up to me about how he barely managed to finish high school, his background, and where he had come from to where he was now. And after John and I finished talking on the phone, I knew I was going to do this. One statement that he made really connected with me. John said, "I will tell you exactly how to do this system. I will show you how to do it. Then if you consistently do the steps I tell you to do, you will have the success you want." And he was right. I went from nothing to now having thousands in our organization. It didn't happen overnight, but I worked the system that was laid out in front of me, and now, less than 18 months later, I'm in a new home, no worries about finding the money for my daughter's insulin, and as a matter of fact, I just bought my son a new drum set. I may be regretting that one. I want to be clear on one thing that I mentioned before. Yes, I was in a place financially where I had nothing to lose, but I don't want someone watching this to try and connect with me on that level. Your situation may be that you have a job, but you want extra income, or you want enough income to replace that job. You may have a spouse, kids, and think that you just don't have enough time to add one more thing to your life. Or you may have been in another online work-from-home opportunity that promised you the world but didn't deliver on any of those upfront promises. If someone will devote just 10 hours a week, and yes, they may have to give up a couple hours of sleep while they're getting their new life going, but in those 10 hours, there will be successes. And with each small success, you will start to feel that confidence return to your lives. I recently read a blog that Mark Cuban wrote. He owns the Dallas Mavericks. He's on Shark Tank, a billionaire. He said to follow your efforts instead of passion. His philosophy is that when you perform focused and dedicated work on something, you get better at that work. You start to become excited about that work, and then you become passionate about it. And with the thousands in our organization, I've seen that happen over and over. The leadership team and I have created a tried and tested, state-of-the-art training website. When a person joins us, everything they see and hear has been done by someone at a leadership level. And the mindset that we have is that no one has to do this alone. We've created a virtual water cooler, which is an online page where you can ask questions, communicate directly with others, and find out when upcoming events and meetings are scheduled. We have weekly live training webinars that are conducted by our leaders, weekly calls within our teams, and a system that enables the types of successes I mentioned earlier. If someone really wants a change for the better in their lives, if they consistently do the extremely simple training steps, I can promise them what John promised me, the success they want. Where I am now, at this point in my business life with Key Marketing Network and in my personal life, the most enjoyable aspect of what I do is watching people regain that confidence in themselves. I know it sounds cliche, but I have to say that for me, the pay it forward element is as rewarding as the daily deposits I receive. I cannot begin to explain how lucky and blessed I am, not just for this amazing industry and the organization that we began, but for the relationships and opportunities to show thousands of others how I did it and how they can do it too. In all honesty, no matter anyone's past, their life can start now. So there's my story. I sincerely hope that it helped you with sorting things out in your search to create a better and more fulfilling life for yourself. To find out exactly what you need to do, just click on the button below and I'll see you again in a few seconds.